The stars stretched endlessly across the dark canvas of space, but even in that vast emptiness, the crew of the exploration vessel Aurora felt a chill of unease. Lieutenant Mara Chen sat at the observation deck, staring at a strange blip on the sensors. At first, she thought it was a glitch, a misreading from the outer edge of human-controlled space. But the readings didn't lie. "What is it?" Commander Elias Rourke asked, walking up behind her. His voice carried the calm authority of someone used to uncertainty, but even he couldn't hide the curiosity in his eyes. "I don't know yet," Mara replied. "It's huge. I've never seen anything like this before. The size alone is off any known record. It's just floating there, silent." Rourke leaned over the console. The image on the main screen revealed an enormous structure drifting in the void. Its surface gleamed faintly under the distant starlight, reflecting patterns that seemed almost intentional, as though someone, or something, had designed it with purpose. The shape was sleek, organic, yet mechanical, like a giant creature frozen mid-motion. "Any signs of life?" Rourke asked. "Nothing. Sensors detect no heat signatures, no movement. It's empty or inactive," Mara answered. The crew gathered in the bridge, all eyes fixed on the ghostly silhouette on the screen. Dr. Kiran Patel, the ship's science officer, frowned. "It doesn't make sense. No known civilization could build something this large without detection. And it's perfectly intact. Not even space debris seems to have touched it." Lieutenant Omar Reyes, the communications officer, spoke cautiously. "It's not responding to any hails yet. Should we try again?" Before anyone could answer, the ship shivered. A low hum vibrated through the Aurora, so subtle it could have been mistaken for the engines, but this was different. It was coming from outside, from the massive vessel. The crew looked around nervously. "It's signaling," Omar said, almost in disbelief. "But it's not any pattern I've ever seen. It's rhythmic, yes, but structured. Like a language, maybe," Mara frowned. "A language? That's impossible. We don't even know what species built it." "Maybe that's why it's different," Dr. Patel said softly. "We may be looking at something ancient. Something designed for observation rather than communication." The Aurora edged closer. The hum grew louder, reverberating through the hull. Lights on the strange ship flickered, pulsing in time with the vibrations. Mara's heart raced as she realized this ship, this massive silent vessel, was not abandoned. It was waiting, and then it spoke. Not in a strange alien code or a garbled signal, but in perfect, clear English. "Welcome. I have been waiting." The bridge froze. Every crew member stared at the screen, at the empty blackness of space, trying to understand what had just happened. "Did it
just speak?"
Omar asked, his voice trembling. "Yes," Mara said slowly. "It spoke." Commander Rourke rubbed his jaw. "Who or what is it?" "I don't know," Dr. Patel admitted. "But I think we just made first contact with something extraordinary." The ship remained still, silent except for the faint hum and its occasional pulse of light. The message repeated, softer this time, almost like it was testing them. "Do not be afraid. I mean no harm." Rourke ran a hand through his hair, struggling to balance fear and curiosity. "Report all systems. Any hidden weapons, traps, anything unusual?" "Scans show nothing unusual, Commander," Mara replied. "But it's huge. If it wanted, it could easily destroy us or the planet we just left, and yet it hasn't." Dr. Patel leaned closer to the console, her fingers tracing the contours of the mysterious ship's surface. "It's designed to look intimidating. But maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's testing us." "Testing?" Rourke repeated, intrigued. "Testing us for what?" Dr. Patel shook her head. "I don't know yet. But the patterns in its structure, they aren't random. It's almost as if it was waiting for someone like us." The hum grew louder, then softer, as if the ship were breathing. A holographic projection flickered to life in the middle of the bridge, shimmering with a pale blue light. The humans leaned back instinctively. It wasn't a solid form, just shapes, lines, and curves, but it seemed alive. "I am not a weapon," the ship said. "I am an observer. I have watched your kind for many decades, even before your ships left Earth's orbit. I am here to learn and to test." The words sent a shiver through the crew. An object in space, massive beyond imagination, claiming it had been observing humanity for decades. That alone was enough to overwhelm most minds. But the way it spoke, calm, patient, almost gentle, was unlike anything they had encountered. "Why us?" Mara asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Because you are different, the ship replied. I have observed many species across countless worlds. You are the first to approach with curiosity rather than fear. You are the first to wonder rather than destroy. A silence fell over the bridge. The crew exchanged glances, the weight of the moment settling on them. Rourke broke the silence. What do you want from us? To see if you are ready, the ship answered. To see if your kind is ready to join a larger conversation, one that spans the stars. Your creativity, your courage, your compassion, these traits are rare. They are what make you exceptional. Mara felt her pulse quicken. So this is a test? Yes, the ship said, but not in the way you might expect. You will be challenged, yes. You will face decisions that test your ingenuity, your morality, and your cooperation. But know this, I do not seek to destroy. I seek understanding. I seek proof that humanity can rise to the challenges of the galaxy. The crew glanced at one another, a mixture of awe, fear, and excitement in their eyes. Are we ready for this? Omar asked, a hint of nervous humor in his voice. Rourke smiled faintly, though tension still lined his face. We don't have a choice, Lieutenant. This is bigger than any of us, bigger than humanity, and somehow, I think we were meant to find it. Dr. Patel nodded, her mind already racing with possibilities. If this is true, then everything we thought we knew about ourselves, about our place in the universe, could change. This ship could be the key to understanding more than we've ever dreamed. The ship pulsed again, soft blue light washing over the bridge like a calm wave. It did not move, did not threaten. It simply waited. And in that waiting, it seemed to carry a quiet expectation. Mara felt a mix of fear and hope. The universe had always been vast, indifferent, full of dangers they could barely comprehend. And yet, here was something different, something that recognized humanity, that challenged them not with weapons, but with ideas, with tests, with trust. For the first time, Mara realized that perhaps humans were not just explorers of space, they were explorers of themselves. Set a course closer, Rourke ordered. We need to understand what we're dealing with carefully, step by step, and keep communications open. It's speaking to us. We need to respond. Yes, Commander, Mara said, her fingers moving over the controls with a steady hand, though her heart still raced. As the Aurora edged closer to the massive ship, the crew felt the weight of history pressing down on them. This was not just another mission. This was a first contact that could define humanity's place in the stars, and they were the ones chosen to take the first steps. The ship spoke once more softly, almost like a whisper carried across the void. Come closer. I have much to show you. And with that, the journey into the unknown began. The Aurora drifted closer to the massive ship, its sleek surface growing larger in the view screens. The crew could see the patterns now more clearly, lines and curves that almost seemed alive, shifting subtly as if the ship itself were breathing. Each pulse of light from its hull seemed to communicate something, though the humans had yet to understand what. Commander Rourke stood at the center of the bridge, his gaze steady but intense. All systems remain on alert. I don't care what it says. Until we know for sure what it wants, we treat this as unknown territory. Mara Chen, eyes glued to the main observation panel, nodded. Understood, sir, but I think it wants to be understood. Look at the way it moves its light pulses. They're rhythmic, almost like speech and code. Omar Reyes tapped the communication console. I'm picking up fragments of structured signals. I think it's trying to teach us its language, or maybe understand ours. Either way, it's deliberate. Dr. Kiran Patel adjusted the spectral sensors, trying to catch a pattern in the energy waves. Whatever this is, it's intelligent. I've never seen anything like it. The energy readings alone suggest it's not just observing, it's interacting with us. As they approached, a new voice echoed inside the bridge. Unlike before, it was not mechanical or distant. It was direct, calm, almost intimate. You have come willingly. That is rare, the ship said. Most species approach with fear or hostility. Your curiosity sets you apart. Rourke raised an eyebrow. Curiosity? We are explorers. That is our nature. But why us? Why humanity? Because you are adaptable, the ship replied. You solve problems creatively, you cooperate, and you show compassion even when not required. These qualities are scarce in the universe. I wish to see them tested, expanded, proven. Mara's hand hovered over the console. Tested? What do you mean? You will face challenges, the ship answered. Simulations of conflict, of decision-making, of cooperation. These challenges are not trivial. They will measure your ingenuity and your morality. Your choices will define whether your species is ready for greater knowledge. The bridge fell silent. The magnitude of what they were hearing was hard to comprehend. For decades, humanity had dreamed of first contact, of meeting other civilizations in the stars. And now here it was. Not a fleet, not a war, not a threat, but a single entity, intelligent beyond their imagination, offering a test. Rourke ran a hand over his face. And if we fail? The ship's lights dimmed briefly, as if reflecting solemnly on the question. Failure is not destruction. It is delay. It is learning through observation. Many species have failed before you. None have succeeded in demonstrating the qualities I seek. Mara glanced at the crew. Some faces were tense. Some were excited. This is huge, she whispered. We are not just explorers anymore. We are representatives of humanity. Prepare for the first challenge, and the ship said, and a holographic interface shimmered into view at the center of the bridge. It displayed a vast three-dimensional map of an unknown star system, filled with planets, asteroids, and strange glowing energy nodes. This is the challenge? Omar asked, squinting. It's a simulation? Yes, the ship said. You must navigate the system, identify critical resources, and make decisions that preserve life while solving complex problems. You will have limited information and not all paths are clear. Your choices will reveal the nature of your species. Dr. Patel leaned closer, her fingers tracing the holographic planets. It's beautiful. But look at this, the nodes seem to react to our approach. The system is alive in some way. It's not just a test of intellect, it's a test of perception and empathy. Rourke nodded. All right, we do this carefully. Every decision matters. Let's see what humanity is capable of. The crew dove into the simulation. At first it seemed simple. A route to chart, resources to identify. But soon unexpected variables appeared. Energy storms erupted near vital nodes, threatening to destroy them. Alien creatures, entirely virtual but realistic, moved across planets and asteroids, requiring careful planning to avoid harm. The humans quickly realized that brute force would not solve this challenge. They needed strategy, cooperation, and judgment. Divert power to the shields, Mara shouted as a virtual storm approached a delicate energy node. No, wait, we risk destabilizing another sector. Omar, suggestions? Omar analyzed the patterns. If we redistribute propulsion energy, we can stabilize the storm temporarily and save the node. But it'll slow us down on the next path. Do it, Rourke commanded. We can't risk harming life. The ship pulsed gently in response, a sound almost like approval. Correct. Compassion combined with foresight, excellent. Hours passed in the simulation. The crew faced scenario after scenario. Some demanded teamwork. Others required difficult ethical choices. Should they save a virtual species at the cost of resources that could help them complete the simulation? Should they take a faster path that risks unintended consequences? Each decision revealed strengths, weaknesses, and the uniquely human ability to balance logic with morality. As the simulation progressed, subtle changes occurred. The ship's voice became more expressive, almost conversational. It offered hints when the humans were stuck, not by giving answers, but by guiding their thinking. Consider cooperation rather than competition. Your empathy may reveal solutions unseen. Mara realized something profound. This was not just a test of intelligence or skill. It was a test of character. The ship wanted to understand humanity, not just evaluate it. By the end of the first cycle, the humans had succeeded in navigating the star system, protecting life forms, and completing the objectives. The holographic map dissolved, leaving the bridge bathed in soft blue light. You have performed well, the ship said. You have demonstrated ingenuity, courage, and compassion. These are qualities I have seldom observed. But this is only the beginning. More challenges await. Complexity will increase and choices will become harder. Are you prepared? Rourke exhaled slowly. We don't have a choice but to be prepared. We came this far. We learn, we adapt, and we continue. Mara looked at the ship's glowing hull through the observation deck. It's incredible, she whispered. It doesn't just judge us. It understands us. In a way, I think it wants to help us grow. Dr. Patel smiled, excitement lighting her face. Or maybe it just wants to see what makes us human. That's what's different. It's not a warship. It's a mentor, a guide. And we're the first species it's given this chance to. Omar laughed softly, a mix of relief and nervous energy. I just hope we don't mess up the next test. I don't think we'd survive the disappointment of failing something like this. The ship's voice echoed again, softer now, almost contemplative. Do not fear failure. Learn from it. Every decision, every mistake, every success is part of the proof I seek. You are remarkable, but the journey has only begun. Mara sat back in her chair, letting the words sink in. For years, humanity had looked to the stars and wondered what else was out there. Now they had encountered it. Not just another species, but a living, thinking entity that had watched them, studied them, and chosen them for something extraordinary. Rourke turned to the crew. Get some rest if you can. The next challenge will not be easy. But remember this, whatever comes, we face it together. Humanity doesn't quit, and we've already shown that curiosity, courage, and compassion are our strengths. The crew nodded, a quiet determination settling over them. The Aurora floated silently beside the massive ship, the void around them calm but full of possibilities. Outside, the strange vessel pulsed gently in the dark, as if in quiet anticipation. It had opened a door to the stars, and humanity had stepped through. The tests ahead would be hard, but one truth was clear. Humanity had captured the attention of something extraordinary, and for the first time, Mara felt a thrill of pride and wonder. Not for herself, not for her crew, but for all of humanity. They were no longer just explorers of space. They were explorers of something far greater, the potential of their own species. The ship's lights glimmered softly, and its voice, almost like a whisper on the wind, spoke one last phrase before the next stage began. Come, let us see what your kind can achieve. With that, the Aurora prepared to enter the next challenge, and humanity's true test among the stars had begun. The Aurora floated silently beside the massive ship, its hull reflecting the soft blue glow that pulsed from the alien vessel. For the crew, the last challenge had been exhausting but exhilarating. Each member felt a mix of relief and anticipation. They had passed the first test, but the ship's words lingered. The journey had only begun. Mara Chen leaned against the observation panel, her eyes tracing the patterns on the strange vessel. It's watching us, she said softly. Not just scanning, not just testing. It's trying to understand us, Dr. Kiran Patel nodded. And we're learning to understand it too. Look at how it interacts with us. It's patient but precise. Every action seems purposeful, every signal deliberate. Whoever built this, or whatever built this, it's intelligent in ways we barely comprehend. Commander Rourke's voice cut through the quiet. All right, team. Listen carefully. The next challenge is coming. The ship said it will be more complex. We need to stay sharp. This is where our ingenuity will really be tested. The lights on the bridge dimmed slightly, replaced by a gentle hum that seemed to resonate from deep within the alien vessel. The holographic interface flickered to life, this time displaying an entire galaxy, or at least a simulation of one. Stars, planets, and nebulae rotated slowly in three-dimensional space. Lines of light traced possible pathways between them, forming a network of possibilities. Omar Reyes leaned forward, his brow furrowed. It's huge. What are we supposed to do with this? The ship's calm voice filled the bridge. This is a demonstration of potential. You will navigate civilizations, conflicts, and challenges across this simulated galaxy. You will make choices that affect the lives of many. Your decisions will show not only your intelligence, but your morality, your cooperation, and your foresight. Mara swallowed hard. We're not just being tested on puzzles anymore. This is about responsibility. Entire civilizations. In simulation, yes, but still. Real in consequence. Precisely, the ship said. I wish to see how your kind manages complexity, empathy, and foresight. Many species encounter difficulty here. Few succeed. None have passed all stages. You may be the first. The holographic display shifted, zooming in on a planetary system where two civilizations were in conflict. One world was rich in resources but fragile. Its population struggled with natural disasters. The other world was technologically advanced but aggressive, its leaders willing to exploit weaker neighbors. The humans could see the potential outcomes of their actions, yet the paths were unclear. and each choice had both risks and rewards. Dr. Patel studied the display carefully. We have to balance intervention with respect. We can't just dominate or control. We need to find solutions that preserve life, promote cooperation, and prevent unnecessary suffering. Rourke nodded. Divide tasks. Mara, analyze the civilizations and predict outcomes. Omar, run simulations on resource allocation and potential conflicts. Patel, monitor their reactions to our decisions. Keep me informed at all times. The crew worked seamlessly, their earlier experience giving them confidence. As they made decisions, the simulation responded dynamically. The aggressive civilization attempted a strike on the weaker planet. Instead of fighting back directly, the crew devised a clever solution. They offered resources to stabilize the weaker world, while creating incentives for the aggressive civilization to cooperate rather than attack. The ship pulsed gently, approvingly. Your strategy demonstrates creativity, empathy, and foresight. Excellent. You are beginning to show the qualities that are rare in the universe. Mara felt a rush of pride, but also a deep sense of responsibility. We're not doing this for ourselves. Every choice we make, it matters. Even in simulation, the lessons are real. Hours passed as the crew navigated scenario after scenario. Some tests required diplomacy, others demanded moral courage, and still others tested their ability to innovate under pressure. They faced situations where sacrificing short-term gain preserved long-term stability, and where cooperation was the only path to success. Each decision was analyzed by the ship, its voice offering feedback that was never direct, but always guiding. Consider the unseen consequences. Do not let fear dictate your actions. Your compassion is your strength. Do not ignore it. At one point, the simulation presented an especially difficult challenge. A civilization on the brink of collapse demanded resources that could only be spared from another world. The crew debated heatedly. If we give them everything, Mara argued, the other world suffers. But if we don't help, millions could die. Omar shook his head. Maybe there's a solution we haven't seen yet. There's always a creative path if we think carefully. Dr. Patel's eyes lit up. We can reroute surplus energy from uninhabited planets, stabilize their systems temporarily, and create a network of support. It won't solve everything immediately, but it buys time for both civilizations to adapt. Rourke smiled faintly. Good, let's do it. Humanity doesn't always take the easy path. We find solutions that others might overlook. The ship pulsed warmly. You have made an exceptional choice. Creativity, compassion, and cooperation combined. Few species even attempt such solutions. As the simulation ended, the holographic galaxy dissolved, leaving the bridge in the soft glow of the alien ship's lights. The crew exhaled collectively, exhausted but exhilarated. You did it, Mara said quietly to Rourke. We really did it, Rourke nodded. Yes, and I think we're only beginning to understand what this ship wants from us. Not just tests, but proof. Proof that humanity can rise to challenges that others cannot. The ship's voice echoed again, calm and thoughtful. You have performed admirably. You have demonstrated qualities that I have rarely observed. But know this, my observation extends beyond this simulation. I have watched your kind for decades from before your species left Earth's orbit. Your ingenuity, curiosity, and compassion have been noted. Many species fail under pressure, but you rise, Dr. Patel stepped forward. You've been watching us. For how long? Long enough to understand your potential, the ship replied. Long enough to recognize that humanity is unique. Your creativity and moral reasoning are unparalleled among observed species. I have waited for a species that does not merely survive but grows, learns, and inspires. You are that species. Mara felt a chill. We're exceptional? Yes, the ship said. Not because of technology, not because of strength, but because of your spirit. You innovate, you care, you collaborate. You possess qualities that are rare, precious, and powerful. You are the first species I have observed capable of balancing intellect and morality at such a level. The crew exchanged astonished glances. The weight of the moment settled on them. All their training, all their preparation, all their curiosity and courage had led to this acknowledgement. Humanity was not just surviving among the stars. They were being recognized for what made them extraordinary. Rourke's voice was steady, but filled with awe. So, and we're the first? Yes, the ship confirmed. You are the first to engage with curiosity rather than fear. You are the first to approach challenges with both intellect and compassion. Your species has the potential to join a larger galactic conversation. But know this, potential must be proven. Your journey is not complete. Challenges will continue, and the universe will demand more from you. Are you prepared? Mara stepped forward, determination in her eyes. Humanity has never backed down from a challenge. We learn, we adapt, and we grow. That's who we are, Rourke nodded. We will face whatever comes next together. Humanity may be young among the stars, but we are ready to prove ourselves. The ship pulsed gently, a wave of blue light washing over the bridge. Very well. Your next challenge will test not only your intelligence and morality, but your resilience. You will face situations where the stakes are high, where every decision matters and where cooperation is essential. Prepare yourselves. The galaxy awaits your demonstration. Mara looked at her crew and then at the ship. For the first time, she felt a sense of awe mixed with pride. They were no longer explorers wandering into the unknown. They were representatives of humanity, chosen to show what their species could achieve. Outside, the massive vessel remained still, calm, and patient. It had given the humans their first true recognition, that they were exceptional. And now it was time to see just how far humanity could rise. The hum of the ship filled the bridge, steady and reassuring. It was no longer just a test, it was a partnership, a challenge, and a revelation. Humanity was not just in space. Humanity was being measured, understood, and acknowledged by something extraordinary. And for the first time, Mara realized the truth. The galaxy was vast and full of mysteries, but humanity had something unique to offer, something that no technology, no strength, no speed could replace. Their curiosity, courage, and compassion were the keys to their future, and the ship had just shown them that the universe was ready to notice. The Aurora floated beside the massive ship in silence. The first test had been challenging but manageable. Now the crew knew the next phase would push them beyond what they had faced before. The ship's voice came gently over the bridge comms, calm but filled with expectation. Your next challenge, it said, will measure not only intelligence and morality, but resilience under pressure. You will confront conflict, scarcity, and uncertainty. Your choices will determine not just your success, but the well-being of entire civilizations. The crew exchanged tense glances. Mara Chen tightened her grip on the console. This isn't just a simulation anymore, she whispered. It's asking us to think like guardians, to take responsibility for entire worlds. Commander Rourke straightened. Then we do what we've always done. Work together, analyze carefully, and make the best decisions we can. Humanity doesn't quit, no matter how hard the challenge. The holographic interface appeared, displaying a cluster of interconnected star systems. Each system was teeming with life, some peaceful, some aggressive, and some caught in delicate balance. Red and yellow nodes marked regions of conflict, while green nodes represented civilizations struggling against natural disasters. Omar Reyes studied the map. This is complex. We have multiple crises occurring simultaneously. We can't just handle one. Every action we take affects another system, the ship's voice answered. Exactly. Complexity is a measure of maturity. Few species can manage simultaneous challenges without prioritizing selfishly. Your ability to act ethically under pressure will reveal the true nature of your species. Dr. Kiran Patel tapped her fingers on the console. We have to think in systems, not individual problems. One wrong choice could cascade into disaster. But if we find the right solutions, we can stabilize multiple crises at once. The crew began dividing tasks. Mara focused on assessing civilizations most in danger. Omar calculated resource distribution, ensuring that aid reached those who needed it while minimizing risk. Patel monitored patterns, predicting possible reactions from aggressive species and natural disasters. Rourke coordinated their actions, keeping the big picture in mind. The first scenario unfolded quickly. A civilization dependent on a fragile energy source faced a sudden cosmic storm. If left unchecked, millions of lives would be lost and the civilization would collapse. Mara realized the only way to protect them was to redirect resources from a neighboring world. But that world was already struggling with its own crises. This isn't fair, Omar muttered. We're forced to make impossible choices. Impossible, yes, Mara said. But we have to choose the best option for the greatest good. That's what makes it a test of humanity, not just strategy. Rourke nodded. We prioritize life, preserve potential, and minimize harm. That's how humans make decisions. Using the Aurora's advanced systems, the crew carefully redirected resources, stabilizing both civilizations just enough to survive the storm. The ship pulsed approval. Your solution demonstrates foresight and empathy. Most species would have sacrificed one for the other. You have balanced both. Encouraged, the crew moved to the next crisis. A technologically advanced species had begun an aggressive expansion, threatening neighboring worlds. Previous simulations had shown that most civilizations respond with force. But the Aurora's crew considered negotiation, incentives, and shared technology. Patel suggested, if we provide tools to make their expansion sustainable, they won't destroy others. They'll see cooperation benefits them more than conflict. Rourke approved. Do it. Humanity thrives when we find solutions that benefit everyone, not just ourselves. The strategy worked. The aggressive species began cooperating, trading resources instead of conquering. It was a small victory, but it symbolized the crew's understanding of what the ship sought. Solutions grounded in morality, creativity, and cooperation. Hours passed. Each scenario grew more complex, forcing the crew to juggle multiple crises while predicting reactions and maintaining ethical standards. A planet hit by volcanic activity needed immediate evacuation. Another system faced a resource shortage that could spark war. A third civilization teetered on the brink of ecological collapse due to overconsumption. Mara felt the weight of responsibility like never before. Every choice we make, it has consequences, but we can't let fear paralyze us. We have to act with courage and care. The ship's voice responded gently. You are correct. Courage and compassion are your strengths. Use them wisely. The universe is neither forgiving nor cruel. It responds to your actions. Show wisdom. As the day-long series of tests continued, the crew worked seamlessly. Each decision reflected human ingenuity and morality. They discovered creative solutions, building resource-sharing networks, mediating disputes with incentives instead of force, and predicting disasters before they struck. Their empathy guided them to protect life whenever possible, while their intelligence allowed them to navigate complex systems efficiently. At one point, the simulation presented a moral dilemma. A civilization demanded immediate aid, but providing it would weaken another civilization already struggling. The crew debated intensely. If we don't help, thousands may die, Mara said. But if we do help, the other world suffers. Omar paused. Maybe there's another way. Can we create temporary shelters or alternative energy sources to help both? Patel's eyes lit up. Yes. If we distribute emergency resources while building infrastructure for long-term stability, we can save lives and create lasting solutions. It won't be easy, but it's possible. Rourke made the final decision. Then we do it. Humanity doesn't settle for easy solutions. We find a way. The ship pulsed warmly. Excellent. Your choice demonstrates foresight, creativity, and morality. Most species would have chosen expediency or self-interest. You have chosen wisdom. As the simulation concluded, the crew leaned back, exhausted but proud. They had faced scenarios designed to push them to their limits. Yet they had succeeded not by force but by thinking, caring, and cooperating. You know, Mara said quietly, it's not just a test of skill. It's a test of who we are as humans. Our ability to think, to care, to cooperate. That's what sets us apart. Rourke smiled faintly. Exactly. Technology can help, but it's our spirit that matters. The ship is showing us that humanity's greatest strength is not machines or weapons. It's our morality and creativity. The ship's voice resonated, calm and approving. You have performed admirably. Few species have shown resilience, creativity, and empathy in equal measure. You are learning not only to navigate challenges, but to balance intellect with morality. This is rare and it is remarkable. Patel nodded. We're starting to understand it. It doesn't just test us. It wants to see our potential, to push us to grow, to show what humans can do when we work together. Omar chuckled softly, tired but exhilarated. And we're actually doing it. We're proving that humanity can rise to the occasion. Who would have thought a ship could teach us about ourselves? The ship pulsed again. You are ready for greater challenges. You have demonstrated qualities I have rarely observed. Your creativity, your courage, and your compassion shine brightly. But the universe is vast and tests will continue. Learn, adapt, and grow. Humanity's potential is only beginning to unfold. Mara looked at her crew. Each face reflected the same mixture of pride, exhaustion, and determination. They had been tested in ways few humans could imagine. Yet through it all, they had remained calm, thoughtful, and compassionate. Rourke spoke softly but firmly. "We've shown what humans are capable of, but this is just the beginning. We will face more challenges. The question is not whether we can survive. They will test our choices, our morality, our creativity. And I know we can rise to the occasion." The ship's lights glimmered like 1,000 stars, bathing the bridge in soft, blue warmth. It remained still, patient yet filled with quiet expectation. Humanity had passed the most difficult challenge yet, proving that intelligence alone was not enough. It was their morality, empathy, and cooperation that had set them apart. For the first time, Mara felt a deep sense of connection, not just with her crew, but with all of humanity. They were more than explorers. They were representatives of a species capable of rising to the highest standards of intelligence and morality. And the ship had seen it. As the Aurora floated silently beside the massive vessel, Mara whispered, "We're not just humans in space. We're showing the galaxy what we can become." The ship pulsed gently as if acknowledging her words. Its voice, almost like a whisper across the stars, spoke one last phrase before the next phase began. "Continue. Humanity has begun to shine. Let us see how brightly you can illuminate the galaxy." The crew exchanged determined glances. Whatever came next, they were ready. Humanity had been tested and humanity had risen. The universe was watching. And for the first time, it was impressed. The Aurora floated silently in the dark expanse of space, its hull bathed in the soft glow of the massive alien ship. After the long series of challenges, the crew felt a mixture of exhaustion, pride, and wonder. For days, they had faced tests that stretched their minds, hearts, and teamwork to the limits. And now, the ship spoke again. Not with commands, not with challenges, but with calm reflection. "You have demonstrated qualities rare among all observed species," the ship said. "Intelligence, courage, creativity, and compassion. You have acted with wisdom and foresight. You are ready." Mara Chen, leaning against the observation panel, felt a swell of pride. "Ready for what?" she asked aloud, though part of her already knew. "For the greater journey," the ship replied. "The galaxy is vast and knowledge is abundant. There are civilizations to meet, challenges to face, and lessons to learn. You have proven your kind is capable of more than survival. You are capable of growth, cooperation, and inspiration." Commander Rourke straightened in his chair. "So this is the final test?" "Not final," the ship said softly. "The tests continue in practice and in life, but you have passed the trials designed to measure your species' potential. You are the first to do so." The words hung in the air like starlight, filling the bridge with a quiet awe. The crew exchanged glances, understanding the significance. Humanity had been watched, studied, and tested by something unimaginably advanced, and had succeeded. Dr. Kiran Patel's eyes sparkled. "We did it, humanity. Passed." Omar Reyes laughed softly, a mixture of relief and disbelief. "I always thought our first contact would be terrifying, maybe even hostile. But this is beyond anything I imagined. A ship that watches, guides, and believes in us." Mara looked out at the alien vessel, its surface pulsing gently like a heartbeat. "It doesn't just test us," she whispered. "It wants to see what we can become. It's giving us a chance." The ship pulsed a brighter light, almost like a smile. "I have observed countless species. Most fail. Many are aggressive, fearful, or selfish. You are different. You rise to challenges with creativity, courage, and compassion. You have the qualities that are rare and precious. I offer you a choice. Continue your journey alone or join a larger conversation, an interstellar network of civilizations that share knowledge, wisdom, and cooperation." Rourke's heart raced. "An interstellar network?" "Yes," the ship confirmed. "You have proven worthy of contact and your species has the potential to contribute. But know this, joining such a network carries responsibility. You must act with care, with empathy, and with integrity. The galaxy is full of wonders and dangers. Your choices will shape your future and the futures of others." Mara turned to the crew. "We've come this far together. We can't turn back now. This is humanity's chance, not just for knowledge, but for connection with the universe." Dr. Patel nodded. "We've faced impossible tests and proven ourselves. We know how to work together. Humanity is ready for more. Rourke looked at the massive vessel one last time before responding. Then we accept. Humanity wants to join, to learn, to contribute, and to show what we can become. The ship's lights pulsed in approval. Very well. You have chosen wisely. I will guide you to the first civilizations. You will meet species who have waited centuries for contact. You will share knowledge, learn, and grow. But remember, your actions, your choices, and your morality define your place among the stars. Humanity is no longer unknown. Humanity is recognized. As the Aurora followed the massive ship into deeper space, the crew watched distant stars pass by, feeling a profound sense of purpose. They were no longer just explorers. They were representatives of humanity, chosen to show the galaxy what their species could achieve. Mara reflected on everything they had faced. From the first moment they discovered the ship, through the challenges, moral dilemmas, and complex simulations, they had learned something essential. The true measure of a species is not power or technology, but character. Creativity, compassion, courage, and cooperation, these were the qualities that had set humans apart. Omar broke the silence. Do you think the other civilizations, will accept us? Dr. Patel smiled. They will see what we've already shown this ship, that humanity is capable of thought, care, and growth. They may test us further, but we're ready. We've proven ourselves in ways no other species has. Rourke spoke quietly, his eyes fixed on the stars. I've always believed humans were capable of greatness. But now the universe knows it too, and we carry that responsibility with us. The ship's voice came again, calm and reflective. You have learned well. But remember, growth is ongoing. Every choice you make, every civilization you meet, every problem you solve will be a test. Continue to act with wisdom, courage, and empathy. Humanity's potential is vast. Do not squander it. Mara glanced at the holographic displays showing distant star systems waiting to be explored. It's incredible, she whispered. We're about to meet civilizations that have waited for us, and we're ready to show them who we are. Rourke nodded. Not just who we are, but what we can become. Humanity is more than survival. Humanity is creativity, compassion, and courage. That's what the ship saw, and that's what the galaxy will see. The massive vessel turned slightly, guiding the Aurora through a safe passage across the star cluster. Its lights pulsed rhythmically as if communicating encouragement. The crew felt the weight of history on their shoulders and also the exhilaration of possibility. Mara felt a surge of determination. We've been tested, guided, and acknowledged. Now it's up to us. We have to show the galaxy the best of humanity, not just our strength but our heart. Omar smiled. I can't wait to see what's out there. We've been prepared for this moment our entire lives, even if we didn't know it. Dr. Patel nodded. And we'll face it together. Humanity isn't just one crew, one ship. We're a species capable of greatness, and now the universe will know it too. The ship pulsed brighter, almost like a final affirmation. Proceed with care, but proceed boldly. The galaxy awaits. Humanity's journey has only begun. As the Aurora and the massive vessel moved into deeper space, distant stars stretching endlessly around them, Mara felt a profound sense of hope. For centuries, humanity had dreamed of reaching beyond Earth, of touching the stars, of discovering life and knowledge beyond their world. And now that dream was real. Rourke broke the silence. This is a new dawn for humanity. We've been recognized not for power, but for character. That's something no one can take from us, and it's only the beginning. Mara watched the stars and nodded. A new dawn indeed. Humanity has a place among the stars now, and we will honor it. Every choice, every act of courage or compassion will define us. And I believe we will shine brightly. The ship pulsed one last time, a brilliant wave of blue light spreading across the bridge. Its voice, calm and resonant, echoed like a promise. Humanity, you have begun your journey. The galaxy awaits your presence. Rise to it, inspire it, and show the universe what your kind can achieve. For the first time, the crew felt completely at peace. They had faced trials that tested their intelligence, morality, and courage. They had proven themselves not by domination but by wisdom, compassion, and ingenuity. And now the stars themselves seemed to welcome them. Mara turned to her crew, a soft smile on her face. We did it. Humanity has been recognized. And the best part? This is only the beginning. Rourke clasped her shoulder. Yes, the universe is vast, full of wonders and challenges. But we have shown it who we are. And together we will continue to show it the best of humanity. Outside, the massive ship guided the Aurora toward the unknown. toward civilizations that had waited centuries for first contact, toward knowledge, growth, and connection. Humanity's journey had begun in earnest, and for the first time, they understood their true place in the cosmos. The stars stretched endlessly, full of promise. Humanity had risen, and now the galaxy was ready to see them shine, and so, a new chapter began, a chapter where humanity's creativity, courage, and compassion would illuminate the universe, one choice, one act, and one discovery at a time.